Well, I have something to say with myself deceased, but I don't know you that way. So I will start with I made a bowl of soup this afternoon, and it was a little too thick. So I needed to add more water to the bowl as I was eating it, and it was very hot, so I was able to add room temperature water. This is the remainder of the water that I refrigerated. I did not drink out of this bottle. So I have a plan to use the bottle of water, what's remaining here. I'm going to flavor the water, so I'll need a few minutes to do that. This is the same bottle of water. I put it off to the side where you shouldn't be able to see it on the camera. All right, start with that. I would like to say for myself deceased that I do know how to be myself in the threatening, but I don't know how to be myself around somebody who is not myself speaking over the threatening, and that's exactly why you do it. Well, we are coming to myself deceased out of the door locking within the hour, if you know what I mean. And I don't have what it takes to stop you from that. You have been threatening the threatening while I am deceased, disclosed, that I am ending all time. I'm ending the time. You don't believe it. I know because you keep threatening the threatening that there's no such free lunch as that I'm ending the time and I finally get what I want for what I need. That makes it sound like you've been malicious all along and you did not have a stopping point except for your own self deceased. And God is asking you that question, but He's not asking me that question. I am not yourself. So, what are you going to do about that? I'm not yourself. So far, what you've been charging me with is that you are not myself to myself. Yes, but that's the reason that I'm even there. So now we come to myself is not yourself to myself. And you don't have that paid for. That means you didn't pay for your own was aliving with the soul of the superior founder, which is myself. And then you alive illegally in illegal alive genitals, penis and castration of the penis female. So you don't have it paid for, that you are in the illegal alive genitals of the penis and the castration of the penis female. You don't have it paid for, that you're over there. But you did all sorts of things that are not myself. Like you did things to myself that I didn't do to myself. Well, that's going to be a long afterlife I don't deserve. I deserve that I'm deceased. I can go back to myself. There were 16 worlds before this world number 17 in the same lever, myself deceased. And there was time in between the worlds that I don't have paid for right here, because I could have the time ticking from the year 1980 through the year 2025, where the time is going to end this year. And then I have afterlife that could go another 8,000 years of counting, like counting the time on the meter, that it goes 8,000 years and counting time. And I don't do that with myself as God. I'm not here in a low world because of Jesus Christ for 8,045 years of counting time of being around you and the problems that you've made to make them thoroughly deceased to myself. So it looks like there will be rest, and then it will come back in anger again. But I have other parts of myself. The rest is also that I go all the way back to myself, and I rest all of creations. I rest all of the parts of myself. Yeah, but I can't when I'm angry. I can't do that. You made me 8,045 years angry with you. Yes, you get put out of myself because you occupy too much of my time. That's true. Yes, you get put out of myself because you hurt me. Yes, you get put out of myself because you make me angry. Because you hurt me. Because you exploited my big for your own small selfish gains and your personality defects and your identity thieving. Do you know that you think I can't even tie my own shoes? Well, I don't skip anything. I must ascend from right here. From that you think I can't even tie my own shoes. I know, because you stole all my shoes with shoelaces. I have flip-flops now and that's it. Yeah, you think I can't tie my own shoes. And I have to ascend from disclosing my leverage as none higher than he deceased right here, which is the creator of myself deceased, by myself deceased, none higher than me deceased right here. And I have to ascend all the way back to myself, where I put creation to sleep, and I go back to myself and rest. I rest all of myself, where I'm not really angry anymore. You don't know me as angry anymore. You know me as that you don't know yourself anymore because this part of myself sleeps when I'm resting. I have to put you to sleep. I have to sleep you. That's part of what I do when I'm resting. I sleep you. Do you think I can handle that? I don't know, because I don't have any shoes to tie right now. You stole all my shoes with shoelaces. You think I can't tie my own shoes? So who's doing yoga? Anybody doing yoga? I can't do yoga right now because I have lost 2 inches of my height. I didn't used to do yoga at this height. Well, my back is a little shorter in length and my legs are a little shorter in length. I'm wondering if I lost more than 2 inches of height. Was it like 3 inches maybe? I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm not trying to overestimate or inflate my estimate that I have lost only 2 inches of my height. It could have been three maybe. Yeah, I don't know. My head got bigger. I don't want to count that as an extra inch or anything. It's disproportionate. The body doesn't look right anymore, including its overweight. So what I'm gonna say about that is, I don't want to be here ugly. No, you accused me of ugly my whole life when I was either just normal looking or when I was older, I became beautiful. When I was beautiful, you accused me of doing ugly things and being ugly, and that's because I have a last name. And there are people in my last name who are ugly. Like, why are they using my last name? I didn't name them. That's ugly to do that. Yeah. You didn't really love anything about myself alive. There's this song by Taylor Swift, Trouble, or Trouble, 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 Trouble. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Yeah, that's the song. And she sang, well, in the music video, she was singing about who penis in there with an old automobile or an old car. It was just so old and big and wrong. Like, it shouldn't be in traffic. That car should have not been in traffic. Um, she said, "You don't love anyone or anything." Yeah. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Well, I don't know what's trouble when it walks in. I don't see trouble walking in. But I do see trouble when it's announcing itself. So if Taylor Swift thinks that walking in is the announcement of trouble, I don't see it that way. Trouble walks. There's a lot of walking around myself, and I see trouble when it announces itself over the other walking around myself. There are other people around. Not everybody announces themselves as trouble. Somebody who announces oneself as trouble to myself, I would see that as using the whole weight of the population to do that. All the other people that are there and not speaking exactly the same things as you. Yeah, so that's trouble to me. I don't see trouble until it's leaving. Yeah, hopefully. Well, so there's some trouble that doesn't leave, unfortunately. I have to leave the trouble at my own expense if I can. So I would like to make an announcement of my birthday. My birthday is July 4th, year 19. That's because it's not the year 1980. My birthday is in July 4th in the year 0, but the year 0 doesn't have a month of July. So I don't have the year down for the birthday being July 4th. My birthday is July 4th, but it doesn't have a year until the first year that was counted as a holiday was year 1980. So that's why it's the Independence Day of the United States of America. The first Independence Day of the United States of America is counted in the year 1776, right? But it's the year 1980 for all of you who are alive. Yeah, 1776 not alive for anyone. Well, I'm thinking about having dinner, but I don't have much appetite for dinner yet. But when hunger strikes on my abdomen, I must eat immediately. So I have the condition that I must be ready when it's time to be hungry, right? I have to be ready to eat when it's time to be hungry. When it's hungry, I have to be ready to eat. So I don't know when I'm going to be hungry. I do have to get ready to eat, but not really because I had soup this afternoon. I had a lot of it. So, dinner time, well, it could be. I had dinner late last night, but I ate too much at once. So, I am handling the food for myself, not somebody else doing that for me, but it's homeless to tell you that when Charles Toe was handling food for myself, I didn't have the hunger and the serving of the food going together, and I don't have a life that way anymore. I am serving myself when I'm hungry. I handle the food for when I'm hungry for myself, and I don't have a life that someone else could do that for me anymore. Yeah. Pretty much, I don't need to eat pretty soon because I handle the food for my own hunger. I don't need to eat pretty soon because I don't need to be hungry for that reason. What am I going to miss? The frother. I want to make drinks with a frother, and I can't. I don't have counter space. If I could do something right here in front of the camera, I also don't have a generous amount of ask power to get what I might think is interesting for YouTube that I could handle right here on this small space in front of the camera. Well, so what I would mix today, I want a little chocolate syrup, Ghirardelli maybe, or Hershey's is really the order, but I was wondering if there's a better tasting syrup, something that's richer that isn't mass produced. Ghirardelli, it's mass produced now, but it didn't used to be that popular. Hershey's is mass produced for my whole lifetime. Ghirardelli is just recently. So, what about dark chocolate syrup? And then the frother. I need a glass you can see through the glass. You can see the frother. I just watched this on the internet. It's not my idea. I could have come up with it, but I didn't. I saw YouTube video shorts making drinks. Um, so I want to make a coffee beverage, but I don't drink coffees. No, never hot coffee. But I don't know if I would like a hot latte. I would be willing to try one, but I definitely don't want American hot coffee with cream and sweetener in it, which is what I watched my parents drink for my lifetime. So that's no, I would not drink that. But I'm looking at like if you call it espresso, or you should see what they do to get the espresso, the machines, all the machinery on the internet. Oh, so many machines. They're so expensive, thousands of dollars just to make a little espresso, a shot of espresso. Yeah. So, well, what about the instant? I guess is it coffee, like Nescafe, instant in a sachet, and then put hot water. So how much hot water is that? A small amount of hot water, and then use the frother to make it all frothy. Well, I want that. I need the dark chocolate syrup. I need the milk. It has to be fresh milk, I know, but I've been drinking the shelved milk by Horizon. It's organic, but it's shelved milk. But it has the vanilla in there now, and I just tried the vanilla and liked it this time. The last time I tried the vanilla on camera, vanilla Horizon milk, I liked it. So what if I made a latte out of it? Would that be good? I would like to try that, but I don't have a frother. The frother is like, I don't know, about $10, but that's what's wrong with it. It doesn't have enough value right now. So how do I get the taste of the vanilla milk? And then I want something of the taste of the dark chocolate syrup. I want it to decorate the glass. I want to have a little taste of it with the vanilla milk, but I still want to taste that it's vanilla. I want it to have the essential taste of the vanilla. And then some ice. So I have to make ice. I don't have an ice maker. I need one of those silicone trays of ice, but which ones? There's some different shapes you could buy. I don't have a plan for that. I'm not really ordering off the internet myself. If that's how you folks get everything on the internet, you get it by shipping to your address. I received some 3 packages of shipping I haven't opened yet, and I think they're too expensive. The shipping is too expensive because they only deliver a small package for each delivery of shipping, like an envelope or a small box. That's not really worth it to me. For the delivery from the supermarket, I get, let's say, like 10 days worth of food estimate. It could be more by one delivery. And if I get a shipment from Amazon of some kind of food item, uh, I don't know how much is the shipment. It's not really worth it to me. I'm not real pleased with that. If I get a shipment from Amazon, I wanted to furnish the whole apartment with everything new. One shipment, if it costs $100,000, I mean it. That's what I want. And then I want to die because that's how much I care about you. I don't want your time.